Be ready. 10 seconds to go. Start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir. The Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 was enacted in 2003 and brought into force on 1st of July 2005 to prevent money laundering and to provide for attachment, seizure, and confiscation of property obtained or derived directly or indirectly from or involved in money laundering and matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. The Act also addresses the international obligations under the Political Declaration and Global Programme of Action adopted by the General Assembly, the United Nations, to prevent money laundering. The Act was amended in the year 2005 and again in the year 2009 to remove certain difficulties. The problem of money laundering is no longer restricted to the geopolitical boundaries of any country. It is a global menace. In view of this, India has become a member of the Financial Action Task Force and the Asia Pacific Group on Money Laundering, which are committed to effective implementation and enforcement of internationally accepted standards. Consequent to the submission of an action plan to the Financial Action Task Force to bring anti money laundering legislation of India at par with the international standards and to obviate any of the deficiencies in the Act that have been experienced by the implementing agencies. The need to amend the Act has become necessary. Hence, the bill was introduced in the Lok Sabha. The bill seeks to introduce the concept of corresponding law to link the provisions of Indian law with the laws of foreign countries and provide for transfer of the proceeds of the foreign predicate offense in any manner in India. Enlarge the definition of offense of money laundering to include therein the activities like concealment, acquisition, possession, and use of proceeds of crime as criminal activities and remove existing limit of 5 lakh rupees of fine under the Act and make provision for attachment and confiscation of the proceeds of crime even if there is no conviction so long as it is proved that offense of money laundering has taken place and property in question is involved in money laundering. There are amendments in some of the provisions with regard to the reporting entities, attachment of properties, trial in the special courts, etc., which have also been included to make the law more effective. The bill was referred to the Standing Committee on Finance for examination and report. The Standing Committee presented its 56th report to the Lok Sabha. It was laid in the Rajya Sabha on 9th May 2012. The Standing Committee on Finance has made 18 recommendations and all of them have been accepted by the government. For those recommendations which require official amendments. We moved official amendments in the Lok Sabha. They have been approved by the Lok Sabha. Those which require administrative action. I have stated in the House that administrative action is being taken. The Lok Sabha considered and passed the bill on 29th November 2012. So, I would request the honorable members of this August House to support the bill. Sir, I rise to support not only the Prevention of Money Laundering Amendment Bill 2012 but to also congratulate the Honorable Minister and through you the UPA government for bringing forward this laudable measure before us. So, I respect the ideas of my friend many times. Today, he started off very well, but then came to the realm of criticism for the sake of criticism. First of all, I wanted to share my feelings with this august house about the greedy people. In fact, in Mahatma Gandhi's homeland, I find the society sometimes helpless, aggrieved, frustrated because of the people who have long arm. The greedy people have to be punished, and from that angle, I welcome this bill because I remembered Bapu this morning. Bapu, referring to India, said, there is enough for everybody's need, but there is not enough for everybody's greed. Therefore, we must take notice of this. The lives of Indian people can be fuller and richer within available resources. I particularly salute the Honorable Prime Minister for taking a stand on the aid offered by foreign countries, including the USA, to the victims of the tsunami. First of all, we shall try from our own resources. Certainly, if we need, we shall ask you, we shall request you to help us. Ultimately, the government of India did not feel the necessity of aid from other countries. Therefore, this august house, this parliament must rise to the occasion that we must punish the people who spoil the life of the law abiding citizens. Therefore, I salute the government of India for bringing forward this bill. It is a laudable measure. Of course, this is also India's response to the global program of action adopted by the General Assembly of the United Nations to prevent money laundering. But it is the government of India's positive response to meet India's requirement itself. We have to fulfill international obligations and we have to fulfill the aspirations of the people of India. Stop.